Greetings from the eccentric man, and what have we got here? Well, we have got the German DSF 230 glider from Sarissa. Picked this up in my local game store, which is lostarkgames.com. You can find them on the internet, and they do an online service. So this is the current one that Warlord and Sarissa have brought out in conjunction with the airborne paratroops that Warlord has released. So we're going to have a look at this and see what it looks like. Not quite sure how it's going to work out with this one. I've looked at the Horsa and I've looked at the Wacko, and they're about £25 to buy. This one's £12.50, so I'm thinking that there's a lot less to this one. I've got no idea really on the size of it, but thinking on the package. Let's have a look at what sort of size we've got. Hang on, I'll just turn this off and then turn it back on once I've got a ruler. Back again. Being in the UK, we work in both metric and empirical. There we go. So inches, it's just short of a foot, 12 inches. So it's going to be around about 30 centimetres. So I'll open it up and see what we've got. So I've opened up the package, and you get one sheet of instructions. You've got one sheet of MDF, which has got parts of the plane on it, and you've got a cardboard section, which is obviously the outer skin of it. So going to be very interesting to see how this goes together and how it's going to work. So yeah, very interesting. Should be a bit of fun. I've just measured it out for the wing. The wings are 9. One wing is 9 3/4 inches. What's that in new money or centimeters? So that's yeah, it's about 20, just between 24-25 centimeters for one wing. So put it together with the other wing. The overall wingspan is going to be somewhere in the region of 20 inches. Oops. Which is rather big when you consider the boards are 6 foot by 4, and this is nearly half the board in width. So it could be just a nice big objective marker somewhere on the table. But there we go, that's how it is. You may have caught a picture there of my unit of 60th foot for the French Indian Wars, and I've just done the basing tray for it. But yep, there they go. Look. So we've got the glider, the MDF side, bits of card, and the instructions. So that's going to be very interesting how we're going to put that together. So right, see you anon. Right, so far so good with the glider. We've stuck the central spars and the cross spars on either side, and the little support for the window. No, not windows. For the wings on the top. It's all been done with wood glue. It's dried up overnight, so we're fairly good. The next thing apparently in the instructions is to glue and mould the cardboard outer skin. So that'll be interesting how that goes on and how that sticks. So I'll have a go with that, and I'll come back to you once I've progressed a bit further on. So welcome back. I've put on the outer cardboard. It was a little bit fiddly, but it has gone on. So you can see there it goes across a bit underneath. These cardboard bits here are scored so that it bends more easily. So yeah, get the gist of it. I'm just trying to think out what I can do. It'll probably be a fine wash of PVA glue over the cardboard to get it to not be porous for putting on the base coats. Front, as you can see, the front was scored. I had to use a bit of super glue to hold the front round because the white glue was taking too long and it was getting a bit soft. So I used the super glue and that held it pretty well. The canopy is card, so I think we're going to have to size the cardboard with that PVA wash, as I said, to get it into a nice surface for painting. So I've put the rear tail piece on. That's drying as we speak. The wings are two-part. So a cardboard upper over a MDF lower, and you can see those are the tags that go into the side of the hull and locate in. So reading up on it last night, it takes 9 men, so it can carry a payload of 9 men, so that's quite good because I usually run my Fallschirm Jaegers in units of 8. So I've got space for 1 medic, possibly. So that's going on there. I'm just doing the other wing, and going to stick on the cardboard onto the rear tail fin. Well, not on the rear tail fin because you only get it for the upper ones. You don't get a side one apparently, which is a bit odd. Probably to do with fitting in another piece of paper or another bit of card. So yeah, I'm going to stick that on and put the wings on. There's an undercarriage to make as well, with wheels. Interestingly enough with this one, it takes off with the wheels but lands on the skid underneath, wherever that is. Oh yeah, I see it. It's on the piece of card here. There's the other bits to the tail fin, and this bit here is the skid that goes underneath. There you've got your supports for the skid. So yeah, going along, we'll progress on and then come back to you with the next photo. Well, welcome back. I've dry fitted the wings and the supports underneath. I've got a picture of the 2 Italian Fallschirm Jaegers which are underneath the wings, and my steel rule. The wingspan is 20 inches. Thought it might be once I was doing sort of calculations when we first looked. Yeah, 20-inch wingspan, and there's a Fallschirm Jaegers there. So just come down to a little bit of height, a little bit of work I think needed on that front cowling. Gonna have to see how we're going to put that just to make it fit and sit a little bit nicer. Got to work out how to size the plane. But there it is. It is pretty huge. So that'll be on my to-do pile for painting. You can see there the French Indian War militia that I've just put on bases. Yeah, there we go. The German glider. It'll probably be a feature part on one of the boards. I got it really just because I might dabble with Sea Lion, the new supplement from Warlord Games. Have it as a small game with a glider landing with 9 Fallschirm Jaegers, and pit them against a local defence volunteer force. So yeah, that could be fun. So look out for a painted one coming up at some stage. As I say, I have got a bit on the painting table. I've got the militia there. I've got to finish off the flag identification, well, the identification markings for my Italian tanks. I've also got 40 Peri desert rats to paint up. I've got to finish the church for the French Indian Wars, and I suppose I'm 3/4 of the way through finishing another of those units that you can see there at the back of the 60th foot. But I hope you enjoyed the build of the glider here, Please like if you do, and subscribe if you haven't, and share with your friends if you think they might like to do it or might like to see it. So thanks very much for watching.